Yep.
With Ender like watching and talking shit about how bad we are.
How terrible we are. He was telling me it's terrible all the time. He's, oh my God, you died again. That was like coming out of his mouth constantly. And
Of course he
yeah,
is.
he was definitely running with trash.
Blockhead Printing. For all your custom nerdy shirt printing. Cons, party, or gaming clubs, this is a full-service, badass screen printing company. Check out blockheadprinting.com.
Welcome to Comically Gaming episode 99, the weekly talk show where we discuss our obsessions and the week's news around them. A games, comics, and culture production. Catch new episodes every Tuesday, and please consider supporting us at patreon.com/GCandC. You can help us improve all of our content for as little as $1 a month.
We love the support. You'd also earn our unending gratitude.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And for $1, you'll make Dirk Holla.
No.
Never that. You need more than $1. Episode summer, we cover Lord of the Rings on Amazon, Spider-Man on PS4, the brand new Solo trailer, Why the Last Man show, Shadow of War micros, and CBBC, we cover Marvel 2-in-1, number 4. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Bring it on. How are y'all doing, guys?
Awesome. What's
You
up?
had a good week out there?
It's all right.
No.
It's busy.
It was okay.
Emotional week.
Yeah, and then
Good
this
week,
is
though.
Episode 99. It's the great one.
Let's see. I would save the comics for last because it's sort of the biggest thing. I didn't game that much. I tried Bloodborne. It failed
That's
miserably.
right.
Very controversial opinions about it. But I'm sure that I'll pick it up at some point in the future.
Think?
But
Bloodborne is not for a lot of people, right? Those games are very...
Yeah, it's okay if you don't like it. I don't like that shit.
Corey,
I did like Bloodborne.
Chat. We had a lot of fun with Bloodborne. There were several weeks in a row where we rocked that game pretty hard.
Because I just played Dark Souls recently, and that's what I'm thinking of. Dark Souls is even worse than Bloodborne.
Okay, so the difficulty thing was one thing, but really, I had issues with like the gameplay, like how they move and stuff. I don't know. I thought it was kind of weird.
It is kind of weird. I'll give it that. But it's one of my favorite PS4 games, and I'm not hardcore into those games, but I really enjoy them. Enjoy them a lot. So I was shocked that you were that negative on it. But it's funny. I'm learning over time that our tastes in video games are pretty different. It's funny.
Yeah.
Some things we cross over, but some things we're like, you think it's great or I think it's great, and the other is totally not into it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Alien. It seems completely... Yeah. One bit of news about, and then this will probably be the last thing ever, about everybody's golf, but we got them. We got all the characters, the whole gallery's filled out. So
Nice. So
Yeah.
You platinum?
No, I'm like 3 trophies away. I don't know how to get those other trophies.
So when you're playing, the stands are completely full.
Now they are. I have 700. We got 700
Wow,
people.
that's cool. That was one thing that I always wondered is why is there 3 people sitting up there?
Right. Yeah. No, it was a lot of work that my wife and I put into it, but with hard work and dedication, daily
Congratulations.
dedication. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Outside of that, just Shadow of War, just kicking ass. Nate, I know that you played Shadow of Mordor, and we talked about it already, but I cannot recommend this game enough. I got to another level. There's another breakthrough, a secondary breakthrough, where basically you're in control of a whole army of those Urukais and orcs, and you're fighting other orc armies. You get to strategize and appoint leaders that work for you and attack castles and stuff. It's crazy.
When that's going on, does it look like Braveheart or whatever in front of you?
Yeah.
And you're
Oh,
in
yeah.
control of certain divisions or something? Like, how's it?
Well, yeah.
What's the gameplay like with that?
So you're like running into the castle and just fighting like it's a war. I mean, you're just like fighting left and right, everybody around you. If some of your compadres go down, you can go up and heal them, and then they get back up and fight for you. And then if you have appointed leaders that you set in your army, they can take over other sections of that other army and like basically claim like a, like we did in Destiny, like a flag for the area. And you claim enough flags for that castle, and then you got it.
Gotcha.
Take it over.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But there's hundreds of characters on screen, and you're in the middle of the fray and whatnot.
Yeah,
that's
it's
cool.
awesome. It's sweet.
Well, you convinced me before. I'll play it at some point.
Yeah, it'll get you sucked in too, because I think I'm at 25% in the game. So
Yeah.
And then besides that, I just not much TV. I watched the Roseanne sequel.
You watch some TV?
Huh?
Are you stalling?
For what? Oh, well, I'm saving that for last.
Okay.
Oh, well, you said not much TV.
I watched Moana last night, which was great. And then I just got my ass kicked by Legion today. So, did you watch it, Corey?
Fuck yeah.
There we go.
Jesus
Legion.
Christ.
So let's pause the show here to talk some Legion for sure. I think I loved it so much that we have to start going back and forth between CBBC and Legionnaires.
Legionnaires season 2?
Throughout the season.
Absolutely.
Do that as spoiler conversation at the end because
I know, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's so great, right?
It's monumental. I mean, to me, it's like landmark
The best
cinema.
thing.
Yeah, landmark television. It's just, for me, I mean, I don't know if anybody else will agree with this, but it's like, it's getting to the point that it's up there with Breaking Bad and Mad Men and, all the greats, you know?
Yeah, it was my number 1 last year. I think it will be number 1 this year again, judging by the first episode.
Oh, you did pick that number 1. I picked Preacher number 1. But
Preacher.
Legion was right there.
Preacher, in my mind, Preacher and American Gods have to up their game if they want to compete this year. Just from watching that one episode, I'm completely convinced that this season will be awesome.
Just to give Jeff a little bit of taste without any spoilers, just to get him enticed. The visual styling in the film reminded me of sort of a darker version of Wes Anderson meets Kubrick and a little bit of David Lynch mixed in. With some,
and throw in like the 1960s also.
Oh yeah,
right. Like put those directors in that era and like the crazy like camera zooms and pans and settings and everything of it. It's just that cafeteria, huh? It is so cool. It is so cool, right? I mean,
I didn't think it was real at first.
Yeah.
Like,
it's awesome.
I thought it was a dream or something. You never fucking know what that show was.
Yeah, right, exactly. So we won't go into spoilers about the story. We'll start talking that as much as we can mix that in the end of these shows. But just can't recommend it enough. Views were down 50% over last season. It drives me nuts that the world isn't fired up about this show. So we got to preach it.
Get out there and watch it. Watch it.
Yeah, it's the. I mean, I feel like it's my favorite comic depiction on film right now. It's the MCU. I really love the MCU, but the MCU is aimed at the young and young at heart, right? That's what the MCU is set at. Like this show is, I think anyways that it's pointed towards distinguished taste, right?
Yeah, it is. That's the problem with it.
Right, and that's the problem with it, right? Yeah, exactly. Our president's Trump right now. Look at
No, I mean, I can't speak enough about it. And I'm really waiting to get into spoilers on it because I think we could start geeking out over film talk and go into, like, cinematography and everything else.
It blows my mind that we said all that and didn't mention the X-Men at all. Right?
No.
And you throw in the fact that it's that quality and awesome in so many ways, and it's an X-Men story. It just blows my mind, right? I can't believe that there's something like that out there right now.
Yeah, I can't believe it actually made it on TV, to be honest.
Yeah.
Right.
So glad it is.
It's almost like the connectability of the Marvel theme is like in the background. It's just like an afterthought that it's even an X-related property.
Yep.
You know?
Right.
And I think more people should do that in the X. Try it out and see how it works, man. I think, I say that and it won't go anywhere with the series if it gets canceled. But
yeah, I don't care when you talk about if it gets canceled or not. We were talking about that earlier today. Like, I don't care if it's 2 seasons long or 10 seasons long. I just hope that the story wraps up in a super awesome way. Like, to me, it's a pretty, especially at the start of this season, it's a pretty heady story, right? And they're holding a lot to their chest still. And I just feel like the ending of it could make or break it. And I think it's going to make it because I love it so much right now, right? But to me, that's what will take it to, when you were talking earlier, to the status of like the best of all time. How does
it's always about how it wraps up. Yep. Yeah, because that's what Breaking Bad, it wrapped up perfectly. Real quick, my week's been too long already, but just a very brief comics that I read this week. Black Magic 11 was incredible. Continues to just fucking kick ass.
Nice.
And then I got 2 graphic novels. I got Descender Volume 3, and then I got this Joyride Volume 1, which is sort of like, it says Earth sucks, still a spaceship. To give you an idea what kind of book it is. But the highlight of the week, my official pick, is Black Bolt 12.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cool.
That ended the series. So it's just, I think along with Thor and Jessica Jones, it's the best Marvel book out there. It's a limited series, but Christian Ward's art is just unparalleled. Nate, you were referencing the 60s. This is like 60s watercolor psychedelia, like abound throughout it.
I bought the first 6 collection on the 99-cent sale they had a while back in Comixology, so I'm looking forward to getting into that.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's just Saladin Ahmed wrote it, and it's amazing that he took a character that really didn't have that much humanistic weight to it. It was kind of an afterthought.
Yeah. And
he just full-blown gave it like full-fledged life color. Just highly recommended as one of the best out there in Marvel. So sad to see it go, but those guys are going to move on to bigger, better things for sure. And that's my week.
All right.
Nice.
It was a long week. I sort of
Sorry, that's right. Talk. It was the Legion talk.
You need to zone in and watch it.
I'm not paying $3 an episode for 8 episodes.
Dude, I will pay it for you. Let's community out there. Let's kickstart for Jeff.
$24 to watch that show just to get to the current season.
I was thinking, Jeff, of buying Blu-rays for Preacher, to be honest, because I'm getting impatient to wait for the marathon to come up.
I would pay $50 for Legion Season 1 if it was the only way to watch it.
Yeah, I would too. Yeah.
Jeff, I'm telling you. I know you hear it from us and it doesn't register, but dude, I cannot convey it harder.
Almost done. So, I didn't do a whole lot. I was kind of busy this week. It has been it was a blur, but so I was playing Bloodborne.
Oh, so what do you think?
I think it's a beautiful game. I really do. And I ain't going to lie, I started watching the IGN walkthrough because I would get and die. And I was like, what the fuck? Every time. And so then I started figuring out, and it doesn't tell you anything. So once I figured out what the blood souls regained or something, then I was like, oh, so I actually
back to your campfire.
I have to be really careful. Yeah. And so I finally methodically went and cleaned out the first level of the courtyard where they're burning a werewolf.
Yeah.
I cleaned that out, and I got around, and I killed the dude with the brick, and I was going up, and I got up on the bridge, and there's these 2 werewolves. And I was like, oh, they should be just like the one that I just killed in the other room. So, no, they're not. And so I got pissed because I had to start all the way back over. I'm like, motherfuck this.
That's
No.
funny. Like, so I remember, I know exactly what you're talking about because I did that part 1,000 times before I learned how to play the game. Like, after those two werewolves is the boss, and then
Yeah.
once you beat him, then the game kind of opens up. It kind of starts from the beginning. Like, they intentionally make that first areas to teach you how to play, and it's brutal, right? And
Yeah.
so because you cannot run in there like any other action game, right? You have to pick them apart one at a time and stuff when there's a group of them like that. And just kind of the way, the one thing I'll say that doesn't spoil things is one of the things that's really cool about the game too is when you talk about the aesthetic and the level design.
Yeah.
As you go through the levels, what happens is they fold back into each other, and like you'll get to a gate that's at the very start of that where you come down from your campfire. There'll be a gate that goes into the next area. So the next time you play, you don't have to clear out this whole group of guys from the beginning again, but they're still there if you went over there. You know what I mean? And it's just really cool. Like it feels like an MC Escher picture or something like that, the way that the levels kind of fold into each other. It's really cool.
No, it's really fucking annoying is what it is. So it's not something I can play for a little bit and progress slowly as a casual. It's not like that. You have to, once you start playing it, you have to dedicate. That's all you're going to do just so you get the muscle memory from and the strategies and the movements and everything. Because I'm not a button master, but when you start playing a game, there's no tutorial. I hit every button to see what it does. And so I learned like you can extend your axe to a two-handed polearm. Yeah. Yeah, charge that up. Especially with that dude with the pitchfork comes running at you, charge that up. And yeah, so I'll get back to it. I don't have the time to dedicate to one game right now.
Yeah, totally. It's definitely a better game, that's for sure.
So the other thing I've been doing is I've been listening to Digital and Dice and the Gaming Outsider podcast a lot more.
Nice.
And it makes my drive seem like a time machine.
Right.
Super awesome. So I picked up, they remastered Assassin's Creed Rogue. And
Yep.
yeah,
I'm
and
reading about that. I've always wanted to play it.
that game is fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
If you like Black Flag,
Yeah.
you'll love this game because it is exactly like Black Flag with the open world, sailing ships, and
Are you a pirate?
No, the broad overarch of the story is you're an assassin that gets betrayed by the Assassin's Guild, and you become a Templar.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
So
the
it-
game that you're a Templar in.
Yeah, so it sort of tells of. I haven't really gotten that far into it. I've only played like 7 hours.
Yeah, it's not piratey. It's not. It's off of Washington. It's off of like the West Coast.
It's off of Cape Cod, and
Yeah.
New York. It's the colonies, the 1752.
Oh, it's up there. Yeah, right. But it's
So,
not the Caribbean.
If you're big into U.S. history, yeah, this game is awesome.
Right.
Nice.
But I liked it. That's what I love about Assassin's Creed is gameplay like that. That's why I can't really get into the Origins game because it's completely different, and it just doesn't have the same feel for me. So, and
It's
I
weird.
thought it
You're
was
in the
funny.
minority for that. Most people.
I
love
know.
Assassin's
I
Creed
know.
Origins.
It's weird. I guess because I played almost every Assassin's Creed that came down the pipe, so I followed the story when it was
Right.
the first one came out, and it was repetitive as shit, but it was a fun game.
That makes me want to play Origins because I'd like Assassin's Creed. I'm just sick of the same old formula. So-
Well, it's funny about Rogue is because it came out right when the next gen consoles were being released,
Yeah.
and so it got forgot about.
It came out the
It-
same time as the Paris one. That same.
Yeah,
That same
Syndicate,
season.
yeah, or Unity. It came
Unity,
out. It came out at the tail end of the PlayStation 3, and so everyone had already moved on. But no, it's worth it. If you like Black Flag, definitely give it a go. It's still got some of the quirks where you have to like circle the chest 800 times to try and get to pop the fucking button.
Right.
But yeah, other than that, it was. What else? I didn't watch any movies. No, that was last week. Oh, I went to a gay bar last night too.
Nice.
It was for a school project and watched a drag queen show. It was actually a lot of
Nice.
fun. It was a lot of
When
fun.
you say it's for a school project, like the professor said, you got to go to a gay bar and.
No. The project is I have to put myself into a diverse culture, and the LGBTQYLYA plus one is
AB. You should have just flown down here.
is considered a diverse minority in certain ways. So we had to go and
Meaning there's diversity inside of their group?
no, they're a minority against the dominant norm that is the white male.
All right, sure.
And so we had to go into a place and experience it and write about how we felt during the whole thing. And I guess 11 years of being a sailor, it sort of didn't bother me whatsoever. I had a lot of fun.
Sure.
So
Yeah, totally.
it was cool. I had a good time. So
Nice.
that was pretty much my week.
All right, so it's my birthday.
It is.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
The basically everybody who still gets me gifts, even though I'm 42 years old, I don't know why they keep getting me gifts. I tell them you don't have to, and they keep doing it. Everybody who does that this year got me Amazon gift certificates, and so I don't have anything in my hands yet. But I did get I got Xanathar's guide. I got Rise of Tiamat, so I have all the books to take the lifers through the 3 adventures that I want to do. I got the Princess Leia for my Star Wars Imperial Assault game. I got subscriptions to The Walking Dead and Saga, the paper versions coming in the mail. And gonna get God of War. Gonna pre-order God of War with it. So super awesome. Oh, and I got a PlayStation controller that is gonna be only my controller. Nobody else in the house gets to touch the controller. It'll never have chocolate syrup poured into it, or every controller in my house. If I pick it up, it's just grubby, just covered in slime and food and all this stuff that from having a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old in your house.
Thank God you didn't talk me into playing your PlayStation when I was up there. They're like, surprise!
I get those Clorox wipes, you know what I mean, before game night, and I wipe them all down, and I'm good to go. So anyways, super awesome. Thank you to all of you that got me birthday presents. Yeah, appreciate that. Comic books, I'm focused in going crazy with Saga. I'm through at the chapter 34 at this point, so I'm getting there. Nice. I will say that there were 2 moments that I didn't like as 2 single frames that when I first looked at them, I had a negative impression in the whole thing. and other than that, it's like the greatest thing ever. Like I put it up as far as any comics for sure, but just any literature and all that stuff. Like it's so good.
I'm very curious what those moments are.
So I think I could kind of say without going into the discussion and spoiling stuff for people, the number 1 would be High as Fuck. If you know what I'm talking about.
That's on a T-shirt.
That's
on a T-shirt.
It was too cheesy in my mind. And then the other one is the dragon and what he's doing when they find him. And then I'll leave it at that.
It's been a while.
To bring the stock back, or not the stock, but the will back. And I'm talking too much about it right now, so I'm going to stop. We'll talk about it later if you didn't already get it. But anyways, love Saga. It's the greatest comic ever. Like I say, there was just those 2 pains were like, when I looked at them, I just thought it was cheesy, whereas I've never thought that when I'm reading through Saga and stuff.
I kind of laughed.
Yeah, I did chuckle too, but I said it didn't seem to fit Saga. Is all I thought. That was my deal.
Did you read number 50, Dirk?
No, not yet. I haven't read 49 or 50 yet.
Oh.
Gotcha. So, anyways, I bought the subscription. Once it gets here, I think I'm missing a couple between Comixology and whatever episode gets here, or whatever chapter gets here, and I'll just get the ones in between. Get all caught up so I can start reading other comics, but I'm focused on Saga because it's the best. And then I watched, I think it was last night, we watched The Shape of Water, which I thought was good. It very well could be the best movie of last year. I don't watch a lot of movies that aren't the garbage comic book stuff that we like, and or Star Wars, and it had some questionable things too that just kind of drove me a little bit the wrong way. I give it an even 8, an 8.0.
That's what I gave it too. I thought it was good. For what it was. I don't know.
I felt like the villain and confrontation at the end of it was unnecessary. I thought the movie was really good without there being a villain in it. And, and I forget, there was a couple other kind of nitpicky things, but just some of the character stuff. I didn't like the characters. The actual like aesthetic of the movie and stuff was very awesome, and the story was cool. Some of the characters were just like overly generalized caricatures that are in a million films all the time, and maybe that's the point, but I didn't. It kind of rubbed me a little bit the wrong way.
That's a good humanoid amphibian love story.
Yeah, right. Yeah, totally. Watch The Walking Dead continues to be pretty good. Right, yep. I'm digging it. As good as you can, and then watch Legion, which is Walking Dead isn't even close to Legion, but it's my favorite kind of garbage show at this point, right? Legion is we talked enough about Legion. Then video games. I beat 2 games this week. So yeah, competing with Corey here for the weekly games beat.
Oh wow, 2!
So I beat Monster Hunter World finally. Love Monster Hunter World so much. I think Corey summed it up perfect in his review before. It's a great game. It's got a couple technical weird things that shouldn't be that way. I go higher than Corey. I'm going 9.8 for Monster Hunter World. It was just such a like different.
The other thing
experience.
I was thinking that was part of the thing that I didn't like was the guilds. Is another thing that takes away from it. Is that only the leader can invite people. What
people,
the fuck?
Yeah, right. Yeah. There's a bunch of things like that, but like I say, just such a totally original, awesome game, and I like multiplayer games, playing with my buds, and it's one of the best of those that I've ever played. I feel like, but
so you went to check out Blossom Fest.
Blossom, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I saw that.
This Blossom Fest party. So, and then I beat Titanfall 2, and that's a great game. It's really good. I'm totally happy with it. I'd recommend anybody, if you like first-person shooters, that game is on sale for like $10 all the time. Watch the PlayStation sales. It pops all the time, and I haven't touched multiplayer. I don't even care to. I don't have the time to get into another multiplayer shooter. But the campaign was good. Surprisingly
really good. Yeah. Yep. For a short game that most people talk about the multiplayer, the short 6-hour campaign is awesome.
Yeah, crushed Battlefront 2. Destroys it way better. If they could put even that quality of story into Battlefront 2, I would have been a happy camper.
Yeah, but Battlefront 2, they fall into the cliche of Star Wars.
Still, you can write a good story in Star Wars, and you can write a bad story or a
not
mediocre
EA
story in Star Wars. Yeah, I know, right. You're correct. Not EA. And then the last thing is my 12-year-old pulled me in the other night, and he's like, "Dad, let's play some games." And we don't do that very often. We usually split up and do our different things. He's playing Minecraft. He's got the PC with half Minecraft and half YouTube, so he was watching YouTube videos while he's playing Minecraft.
Wow.
Well, I'm in here with the PlayStation. Like we don't play together very often, so I couldn't say no. And he got me into the COD WW2 Zombies, and he's awesome. Like he knows all the things. Like come over here, spin this wheel, do this thing, and he's just
not like me and Jeff.
Correct. He's progressing through things rapidly because he knows exactly what to do with them, and it was a fun time for sure. Definitely, I don't play much COD. Like I say, I pick and choose with my shooters, and it just very rarely is COD. But we had a fun time doing that. I'd like to do it with you guys some night too, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yep.
With Ender watching and talking shit about how bad we are.
How terrible we are. He was telling me it's terrible all the time. He goes, "Oh my God, you died again." That was like coming out of his mouth constantly. And
of course, he was.
He was definitely running with trash. All right, that's my week.
What about Nino?
Nice.
What about what?
Ni no Kuni.
Oh, don't bring it up. I had to sit through an hour of that shit.
Yeah, you're right.
No, I already watched an hour.
I'll stop. So I just streamed Ni no Kuni 2. I got an hour and a half into the game, and I love it. I could totally, when you're in there griping about it, like, I'm just in love with everything that you're complaining about. I'm like, oh, this is
Hold
perfect.
on a second.
This is perfect.
Question, Jeff, do you watch any Studio Ghibli films at all?
Who?
Studio Ghibli is the style, the studio that puts out those anime films that they're basing that game off
I
of.
don't watch anime.
Spirited Away? You never saw Spirited Away? You gotta watch Spirited Away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you're not an
it's a
anime
classic.
fan, you're probably wasting your time watching that game.
Yeah, it's just those aren't for me, especially JRPGs. No, I
Yeah.
You like Final Fantasy though?
yeah, but that's
True.
not. I don't consider that a JRPG.
It's like the classic JRPG.
It
That's
is.
like the JR.
Yeah, you're crazy. Like, that's what Ni no Kuni has me feeling Final Fantasy VII when the world map opened up and I'm walking around doing the battles and stuff like that. Like, it
Yeah,
just
except you're a little kid in a cartoon world.
I'm okay with that.
It seems like more of a fantastical element to it than a Final Fantasy game, I guess.
Is there any bad language in it?
Nope.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Not even close.
Well, I'd have to play it just because then I can play during the day when my son's awake.
Yeah, there you go. Check
Oh
it
yeah,
out.
that would be perfect for that.
Yep, check it out. All right.
Because Bloodborne you can't play when your son's awake.
That was it. That was my week.
All right, so you got me beat this
Crushed it.
week.
Dang, that
Maybe
doesn't
the only
happen
week
very
this a
often.
whole year where that happened.
Yeah, didn't be shit. I had a really busy weekend. I had to work on my day off, and just didn't have time. But I did play a good amount of Wolfenstein 2,
Oh, nice.
which
Keep wanting to get it.
It's awesome. I mean, you should get Wolfenstein 1 if you haven't.
I haven't.
First.
Yeah, I'll
Get-
start off with that.
Yeah, I mean, get that and then get Wolfenstein 2 because it's awesome. I mean, it's just it's
Is
crazy.
it's just as awesome, only
It's
ups the level? Like, I love BJ Blazkowicz. And what's his wife's name? What is her name? God, I like them so much. The whole crew is so
picture
awesome.
their room door. Yeah, the whole crew is awesome, and
Does the crew
Yeah.
stick around? Is it the same crew?
yeah, it's the same crew.
Awesome.
Do you remember the name of the first one?
Wolfenstein,
the New Order?
New Order.
The New Order. That's it.
Yeah.
'Cause there was I thought there was another one out.
There
There's
is.
like
There's
New
like a short
Blood.
one called
Okay.
The Old Blood.
Yeah, I didn't know which one to get.
Yeah,
Yeah.
New Order.
Okay.
But yeah, it's awesome. I mean, the same crew sticks around, and a bunch of new people are there, and it's great. It's weird. I don't know if it was the same way with the first game, but there's 2 levels of the medium difficulty. Like there's like it says like medium difficulty for casual gamers and then medium difficulty for experienced gamers, and then hard. So I had to pick the harder one, and it's pretty fucking hard. So
I've heard
it's-
most people play it on easy. That's what I keep hearing.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard, for sure. But it's intense. It's fun. Like I don't want. You can lower it at any time. I've considered lowering it to the lower medium difficulty, but I get the intensity is awesome if you can get through it. But yeah, it's great. Story's awesome. The characters are great. I'm actually glad that I went with Wyatt. And you always said you loved the other guy so
Yeah.
much from the first one.
Yep.
But Wyatt's awesome in it. And you pick at the beginning which line you went. The
Oh,
first
really?
game.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Know from your save file or whatever.
Yeah, so you could pick a different one, but why would you?
Right.
But so yeah, really great, digging it. I just didn't have time to beat it, unfortunately. Other than that, we played on Sunday, more Gran Turismo and Monster Hunter.
I love Sunday night Gran Turismo and Monster Hunter. It's so
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is.
You can
It's the
play 2
best.
different games. When we rock those for 3 hours or whatever, it's just a great
Man,
time.
I wish I could.
It is. So great.
Next week, Dark.
Yeah, that's true. Next week I can.
Yeah. Didn't read any comics. Watched Legion, watched Walking Dead, watched Ready Player One.
Oh yeah. What's your score for that?
7.5.
Okay. All right.
I thought it was good. I wasn't like blown away by it. I just thought it was good. I mean, it was, it's almost like all the, characters like Master Chief and Tracer and all the characters from the new games. They just threw them in there as like clickbait or something, like shit for like to make you want to go see it. They play no part in the movie. They're just characters that other people play as that you see run across the screen and stuff. It's
culture fodder.
But it was good. It was a good story. I liked the characters. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Not mind blowing. Not 10 out of 10 like that. But,
what was your score for it, Jeff? I haven't watched the spoiler yet because I still want to see it.
Did Corey watch the spoiler?
Not yet.
What score did you give it?
I give it a 9.5.
9.5. Yeah. Okay.
Ooh,
I really like it.
that is high.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I need to watch it. I meant to watch it. I just never got around to it. I never rewatch the shows. Yeah, did all that. Then watched a bunch of anime. Watched the spring season started. So,
What's hot?
watch 4 series I'm watching so far. Obviously Persona. We've been talking about that. So Persona, it's really good.
I'm just gonna watch it. I'm not. There is no way I'm getting through that game. I'm just gonna watch the fucking anime. But you move a lot quicker through games. That'll take me 3 years to get through.
It might take me 3 years too. It might.
Been playing it for a year and a half now.
Yeah.
But,
I'm only through the second dungeon or second challenge.
we're gonna get through it. But it's great. I mean, it's weird. Like, it would be good to watch it if you're not gonna get through the game because it's the game in
Awesome.
anime format.
I'll totally watch it.
So it's cool seeing like basically just a long, well done cutscene of like the stuff you do in the game, like and it's cool to see like an anime of the stuff you do in the game instead of watching your character walk around with talking bubbles and stuff. You actually experience it through an anime, and it's really cool. So, I mean, if you liked Persona the game, then you'll like Persona the anime. So
Awesome.
It's good stuff, and it's all the same music from the game.
Oh, that's
like
cool.
the exact same
Oh,
music.
that is love the music.
And yeah, really cool. The only difference is like the main character's name isn't Corey, it's Rand. It's weird. And then, continue to watching Darling in the Franxx, which this week's last episode was fucking awesome. I love that show.
Since you brought it up so much, I've been seeing it all over online nowadays.
Yeah, I see it all the time.
Yeah,
it's fucking great. And what else did I watch? Oh, Sword Art Online, alternate Gun Gale Online, the new Sword Art Online show, which is in the same video game as the second season of Sword Art Online, the Gun Gale Online season. So it's weird that they did it. The new season takes place in like the most hated part of like the Sword Art Online anime. But it's really good. I really like it, and that my buddy at work who watches anime too really likes it, and he is kind of a hater on Sword Art Online, so it's good stuff. The new character is funny. It just seems like it's almost like a slice of life Sword Art Online show. It seems like, and it's really digging it. Good stuff. And then Derby Girls, which it's not great. It's about horse girls.
Nice.
Wow.
What?
Horse. Like cat girls, except horse girls, and they race like in derbies, like Kentucky Derby and stuff.
What?
So, horse and girls. And
Oh man.
I don't know about that. I don't know if I'll stick with the Derby girls, but I had to check it out at least.
I can listen to Corey talk anime like all day. I never know what's coming next.
Yeah. I definitely wasn't ready. Wasn't expecting that one.
But
Are they
more
like
stuff.
centaurs?
No, they're like regular girls with horse ears and tails, and they wear like horseshoes on their shoes.
I'm kind of
They're real
intrigued by
fast,
that,
and they-
Corey, in a strange
when they-
way, to be honest.
Yeah, when they like walk around in town and stuff, they kind of trot and like kick their legs up, but they're humans. It's
That explanation just made it worse.
but yeah, that's Derby girls. And
I'm putting that down.
other than that, those are the four that I really stood out. There's more stuff coming out this week, so I'll give you an update next
All
week.
right.
And you watch.
Corey's Anime Corner.
That's it. That's my week.
All right.
News of the week.
News of the week.
Number 5. Amazon reportedly committed to 5 seasons of the Lord of the Rings TV show.
Yeah, and
That's crazy.
something like $1 billion that they're putting into it.
$1 billion?
Yeah,
D-Zam.
yeah.
Wow.
Well, he's got the money.
And they beat out Netflix. Netflix didn't win it either. Win the bid. So it's crazy that Amazon
They're going
is trying to. But there's a
Bezos
lot of
is-
there's a lot of nerds rage online though, complaining how they don't have the source material and they don't have all of Tolkien's like notes and stuff and all the backstory from the lore of Middle Earth and the Silmarillion and
I got a question. Silmarillion,
42.
yeah. Are they
I've never
generating new content, or are they basing it off of... When you say that, like...
They haven't said it
They're-
yet, what they're doing.
they haven't said anything.
Okay,
Yeah, we don't know.
interesting.
Yep.
If they did the Silmarillion, that would be...
They're not though.
Peter Jackson's doing the Silmarillion.
can't. Ah, I
Oh.
didn't know that.
Yeah, that's in the works right now.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll see what this is, but that's my favorite book I've ever read is The Lord of the Rings, right? And
That's where
the-
fantasy comes from, man.
Yeah, it's
I mean, that's
it's
like the
beginning of
ground
everything,
zero. Yeah.
More of a Harry Potter kind of
Oh,
Get out of here.
guy. Real though.
Troll.
Harry Potter's better.
No, Tolkien is the fantasy novels like D&D is to
I mean, that's,
RPGs.
yeah, D&D came from,
from The Lord of the
Right.
Rings, yes.
Yeah,
All fantasy,
interesting,
high fantasy came from Lord of the
interesting thing. They actually wanted to call the halflings hobbits, and they got in legal trouble. So that's why they had to change the name.
Rings. Really?
Yeah, I learned that last week.
If it's good, I'll watch it. I got Amazon Prime.
It'll be good.
So,
It'll
Yeah.
be
number 4. Spider-Man swings into PS4 on September 7th.
Dude, this game looks sick. This game looks...
Thwip,
As long as-
thwip.
As long as they have the controls right, as long as the controls aren't clunky like the Spider-Man game that came out for the PS4,
It
it's
won't be. It's
No.
made by Insomniac.
Oh.
They make quality games.
So
They made Ratchet and Clank. You played that, right?
Hmm.
It's the same company. So
they made Infamous.
Infamous is
Oh,
awesome.
okay.
Like that.
Yep.
Like that's great.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
you can see those acrobatics.
Yes.
Totally in there.
Hell yeah.
So bring it. I didn't expect it to come this year. I'm happy that it is.
My birthday month.
Nice.
Happy
too.
birthday to me.
It's my birthday, motherfucker.
Wow.
You're early September.
Nah, that's September 27th.
Are we both Libras?
Yeah.
Fucking right.
Ales.
I knew I didn't like you guys.
Number 3. Solo trailer.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Meaty.
what do you guys think?
It was.
Look,
I got
I
excited
loved
to
it.
watch it finally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it looks like an awesome movie, and it looks really, everything going on in it is awesome, but like I was saying to Dirk in the Discord, is the more I see of that guy, the more I wish they hadn't recast someone as Han.
I'm with you. Same with Lando.
Yeah, same with
With
Lando. Yeah, it just seems like they're trying to act like the other guys, like, and they're not. So
I
like,
will say that. I'll agree with you with the
Like-
Donald Glover thing. That kind of surprises me how much I didn't kind of care for him as much.
I don't know.
I
Yeah.
thought Amelia Clark looks awesome in it. I thought
Yeah.
everything going on in it looks awesome, but I don't like that guy's Han. So,
Well, I like that Chewie seems like he's going to have a larger speaking
Yes.
part in this movie.
That was my favorite part.
That's what. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what I was.
Was the
getting
Chewie
on.
involvement.
Well, even in the trailer, and he's like, "You're 190 years old." He's like, "Damn, you look good."
And Chewie gives some Wookiee a hug at some point.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be cool to get more. I wish, if it seems like they're not going to go into Chewie and Han meeting, which is weird. It seems like if you were like going young Han Solo, you start there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Maybe,
they will.
But
maybe
it's a
Yeah,
trailer,
they might.
so you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll see. It's right around the corner, right? We'll see. I'm
Well,
with Corey. The more I see those guys, the more I don't. I'm just not able to get over it. I thought I'd be able to, and I'm just not. And
Yeah.
but I
I
hope
was-
it's good. It looks good.
when I
Like,
first saw it, I was like, whatever, won't even think about it. But now, like, seeing the long trailer of him talking more, I'm like, just
The costume
like that.
design's on point.
it is. Well, and it's interesting that I hope they tell why the Millennium Falcon looks different than it does now.
because he's made. What do you mean? They already told
Who?
that. He's made a lot of special modifications.
Well, we know, but
It
what's
doesn't
that
look like it does come
modification
up a lot.
Yeah. Number 2. Why the Last Man ordered for pilot on FX.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've talked about this a long time in the past, where we've all, I think except for Jeff, have read it all the way through and love it, right?
Yeah.
Like
So excited.
what really kind of excites me now is that it's on FX because Legion's on FX.
Yes.
Right? So that if they put the same kind of love into it, then that makes it even better. And to see that the American Gods showrunner guy is a part of it also.
Which
because
guy?
American Gods.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but who's the guy? Which
He's
guy
like
from
what they call
American God?
showrunner, right?
Who's the
Like,
guy?
Right.
They just
He's
I
the-
know a guy.
He's the main character
I know a
from
guy.
American Gods?
no. Showrunner's like the
Showrunner.
It's like a
Oh,
director or something.
Right.
Go
You
get
know,
your
Oh,
shine
yeah,
box.
that is
but they're
cool,
not
then.
directing camera.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what's interesting? Wide's going to be coming out I don't know when exactly. Do they have a date on it? No.
No, I don't think they gave a date.
Okay.
They just
It's
ordered the
interesting with the Me Too stuff going on that's going to drop in this climate.
pilot.
Like,
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yep.
Like, you cannot have predicted that.
Yeah, it's definitely weird that it came out in, 15 years ago when it wasn't like it is now. And so
Yeah.
you're right. I didn't even think about that. That's
Those Amazons?
interesting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep. Number 1. Somehow. Shadow of War permanently removes microtransactions.
So
Somehow.
let's let Dirk talk about it first because he's played Shadow War, and then I actually got a lot to say about this. This is interesting to me.
The thing is, okay, I don't think it's as revolutionary on paper because, to my experience thus far, I haven't had a lot of interactions with transactions,
Right.
not even instances of it. So I don't know if it was minimal before and they just said, screw it, we're taking it away.
Well, I've heard
But-
you buy Urukai and Orc captains and stuff. Like, there's got to be a store somewhere that you're missing. That it says normally
I
you
guess
have to
you-
go recruit them.
I guess
Dirk
you
doesn't
can.
sign into the Warner Brothers store.
Right, I don't sign into it.
Right. Still,
So
yeah,
That's probably why.
So, anyways, I just think what's weird isn't I haven't played the game obviously, so I don't know how the microtransactions particularly work in the game. To me, it's strange that they do this now. Like I feel
Yeah.
like
It sounds like it wasn't making any money. Is
well,
what it
but
sounds like.
regardless, I feel like you run the risk of pissing off people who paid a lot of money for it, right? The
That's
game's
their
been out.
fault, though. That I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's on the gamer. If they have the need and the urge that they actually have to spend money to get extra stuff in the game to make it easier for them, that's on them.
Yeah, but at
Yeah.
some point, the company said, we want to try and make money in this type of way. And I just think it's a better look if they come out and say, hey, we didn't make a lot of money off these microtransactions and they're bad for the consumer, so we're just going to get rid of them entirely. Like, it seems like this is a play to the consumers, right? To try and get people to
It's
say,
trying
hey,
to look cool.
yeah, it's trying
Yeah,
to
to
look
be
cool.
heroes.
Right.
Right.
And I feel like you do that on your next game. Like it's weird that you do that 6 months after this game comes out. To me, it seems like it puts a reason for people to get worked up about it that wasn't there before. I don't know.
Actually, I know exactly when it comes into play. I just got the functionality to when you get your first castle, you can jump online at that point and fight against other people with armies that they have.
Right.
I'm sure that's what it's for.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yep.
to beef up your army a little bit. But I have no use for it. I mean, I don't play online, so.
there's
Yeah,
no
and then-
reason to.
We've, the whole world, we talked microtransactions to death when the Battlefront 2 thing went down, but I think it is good to see everyone going away from them. Like,
Yeah.
in my opinion, they're bad for games, period.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes, they are.
If you're in the Lord of the Rings universe, you shouldn't be thinking about your bank account.
Yeah.
Period. Ever.
Right.
It just charges me like
That's a
$100.
great point.
Charge me $100 to get in the door, and then just give me everything that you plan on putting into it. Don't make me think about microtransactions in the middle of the game.
That said, I want the Bumblebee costume for the handler. The monster.
Well, we all should just get it. That should be the spring celebration. Thank you for buying
Yeah.
the game, or do an
Well,
expansion
Pookie
pass
gets it.
even. Yeah, right. I'm down.
I don't know. I don't think that. I think for RPGs that do free to play and then microtransactions like Perfect World does with Star Trek Online, Neverwinter, and Lord of the Rings Online. If you love that genre so much, you love the game so much, then those people are going to pay to have the VIP subscriptions, just like playing a subscription to EVE Online, World of Warcraft.
I'm
And-
okay with it with those type of games.
Yeah, but
Right,
yeah.
that's a
in a
different
console game, there's no reason to have DLC
Right.
And
to
to me,
have
it's just-
microtransactions.
It doesn't matter if it's console or PC. To me, if it's a story-based single experience with me in the game, then I don't want them. Right? Once you go into online and maintaining servers and updating story over time and stuff like that, I'm all about paying a little bit for whatever. But yeah, single player experiences, get them out of there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That was a good transition. All right, everybody. This is my favorite part of the week. We sent out a community question for the week, and we asked everyone on Facebook, what are your thoughts on Ready Player One? And some guy named Kent, I think he's like the primary Patreon
Arch Overlord.
overlord,
The Patreon
he gave-
of Patreon.
the patriarch of Patreon.
Kent.
He gave it a 5 out of 5 and thought that Nate was crazy. Albert said that if you're expecting a book, you might be disappointed, but on its own, it's a decent action flick. Jeremy said that he enjoyed it, liked the book more, but they're always different. It was like two different stories. Adam said, I enjoyed the movie, not
Lumberjack.
Lumberjack.
Oh,
I
not
think I
Lumberjack.
That's so I had to clarify. He said he enjoyed the
Board game,
movie as
Adam?
an action ZX.
Yeah. Board
Excellent.
game, Adam.
Yeah. He enjoyed the movie as an action Messiah story, but he didn't think it was overly amazing and relied heavily on nerds loving to see stuff they recognize, i.e., Master Chief and other stuff.
I agree.
A lot of callbacks that felt like a late Kevin Smith movie. Parzival did look cool in the Goblin King costume. Would recommend seeing once, maybe twice after it was released on digital.
Right.
Matt says he still hasn't decided if he enjoyed the book and the movie or if it'll annoy the hell out of me. And then Lumberjack, where'd Lumberjack say? Lumberjack said it was pretty good.
Give it an 8, I think.
But he felt incomplete, but he also confuses a dinosaur with Littlefinger,
So
Lord Baelish from Game of Thrones.
he felt incomplete, or he felt the movie was incomplete.
It's both. He said one of the first movies he wished was actually longer and explained something better. And I asked him to elaborate on what they didn't build on, what he wanted further, and he said it didn't really build on the characters very well, nor did they explain how they got to certain places in the movie. It was a good movie though, but everyone we seen it with said the same thing. But it all took place in Ohio on the internet. That's where it happened, Adam. Was in Ohio. Because nothing happens in the trailer park that just went up.
All right.
So
I
that's
agree
it.
with most of those people. Sounds like everybody thought it was good.
Corey agrees with most of those people. That brings us to the YouTube community corner. This is the spot where everybody who subscribed to us this week, we really, really appreciate it. Went over 1,400 subscribers this week. Totally just knocking down the milestones.
Oh, man.
Thank you so much to every one of you. Some people have YouTube channels as well. We'd like to shout those out. If you do have a YouTube channel, this is a good list of people who are currently active on YouTube. Everybody go sub each other up. If you're watching the show, please go to the description in the YouTube show, youtube.com/GCandC, and go to the description of the video. We'll share links to everybody's channel. So you can just hit subscribe. These people all hooked us up with a subscription this week. We really appreciate it. Go check out their stuff. It's all video game content. If you're here, you're probably going to like this stuff as well. So this week, I got Mars 2000 game, SimSimony.
Simsimony. Simsimony.
Is that it? That's
I don't know.
That's
That's
funny.
right.
Okay. Wispy FPS. Here we go. Après-moi 21.
Nice. There you go.
Thank you.
Oh.
I spent some time in France. The Link 64 and V Clockwork.
Yeah, I gotta do it with Don Tom. Do it with the Don Tom.
That is.
Big Fridge Gaming, Debrowski Gaming, Big Evil D, and Flores, Garrett 2LA, and Chris Perkins.
Hold on.
Nice.
Is it? Wait, the Chris Perkins?
That's Chris.
You'll have to go to his channel to
It's
see.
Chris Perkins. I don't know.
From D&D. I mean, he's like a big... I don't know.
I
We'll
don't
see.
think so.
I
But
don't think, so just looking at this guy's channel, I don't think that's it is. So you'll have to go to the channel to find out for sure, Dirk.
I want to
love
give
you,
us
Chris Perkins.
I want to give a special shout out real quick to the Dark Lord Fluffy for being on the stream tonight.
Oh yeah, definitely showed up strong
Nice.
for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, every week we do a contest. It's name of the week. We're going through the names based on nothing more than the names. What's our pick of the week, fellas?
Do it with a
Oh,
Don
doing
Tom.
it with the Don Tom.
Damn,
Do
I
it with
was
the Don Tom.
that. I guess he's the winner. I was gonna go with Big Fridge Gaming myself.
No.
I think that'd be a perfect combination. But okay,
It
do it
was-
with the Don Tom.
Do
You
it with a Don
are the name
Tom.
of the week. Congratulations.
It was Corey's delivery that sold it for me because he just
Also, we'd like to thank CSW HQ Live for joining our Facebook group.
yeah.
Let's chat it up in there.
Yep.
The Facebook
Word.
group's where it's at. Everybody
Yeah.
look us up. Games, Comics, and Culture with no commas in Facebook. So we're getting towards the end of the show. What's the CBBC this week? The the
Marvel
2-in-1.
2-in-1 number 4.
Number 4.
Yep,
Solid.
we go full spoilers at the end of the show. So before we do that, I just want to say thank you everybody for joining us. Comically Gaming episode 99. You can find everything that we do over on our Patreon page. You can also donate us as little as $1 a month. Think about how much that coffee you drank today costs, and think about how much $1 is,
That's
and think
5
about
months
how
of-
much that $1 could help us
You could save us.
every month. Yeah,
It's just like giving it to a stripper. It's just, you know where your money's going to go this time.
so.
Or the less fortunate.
Patreon.com/GCandC.
Yeah, find us on Twitter at GCandC.
And thank you to Fred Thomas for opening music and Xee Reiter for our logo.
Thank you guys.
And you
Yeah.
give me
Also-
$1, I will holla.
One more quick thing, just to the community out there. I'm putting some feelers out. I'm thinking about T-shirt designs. If anybody out there would be interested in a T-shirt, purchasing a T-shirt from us, hit us up in the Facebook or Twitter or Discord and let us know.
So the face.
Totally. So
The face.
we're gonna move on. It's gonna be Jeff and Dirk because me and Corey didn't read this week. Doing the comic book club this week, featuring the Marvel 2-in-1 number 4. Everybody
That's
else.
Corey's comic, too.
I
know.
know.
It's working on Sunday. It fucked me up. Like, my
Everybody
bad.
else, thank you for watching.
That's why Corey broke the oven.
I picked number 1.
99.
But,
What's up,
What's up?
everybody?
What's
What's
up?
up? Welcome
What's
to Comic Book Club. Tonight we are covering Marvel 2-in-1 number 4.
Number 4.
Number
Man,
4.
I think I don't know. What do you think?
It's getting really good. I like the twist so
Yes.
far. I really do.
Yeah.
You know, they finally went into the alternate universe and ran into some old friends that weren't so friendly anymore because it seems like they are wanted in that alternate universe.
Well, it's I guess it's more like they were shocked to see them. I guess something happened to Johnny. They haven't gotten to that yet.
No, they
the
haven't.
alternate Johnny.
Yeah.
And the Thing is supposedly dead in
Yeah.
their universe. So
Yeah.
I think they thought they were imposters and attacked them. But they, normally I don't go crazy for alternate universe stuff
Mm-hmm.
for the most part. Like, I sort of hate when it's an out to
Yeah.
be used because there's so much, it makes it kind of cheap. You can just kind of do that all the time with stories.
Yeah.
But Chip Zdarsky, I don't know how you pronounce it, Zdarsky, his last name, the writer, he did that in this issue, and I didn't have a problem with it. I thought it actually supported the story really well,
Yeah, dude.
and it had some bonkers shit going on. I mean, you have S.H.I.E.L.D. With She-Hulk and Wolverine working for him.
Yeah. That was crazy.
Sue Storm is the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. Her and Reed Richards are split up.
Or strange, yeah. Which
Reed
is kind
Richards
of
has
weird.
long hair.
and a beard like Corey.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, well, no, what did you, I thought it was, and Spider-Man
Yeah.
was coming too. Peter Parker.
Yep.
And, that was weird seeing Reed Richards and he's like, what are you guys doing here? And I don't have time to help you. I had a nervous breakdown and I got to fix this thing.
Yeah. Totally. And I mean, the big shocker in this universe is that Doom has somehow taken over Galactus and become the World Eater.
Yeah.
And not only that,
They're like, he's a great guy.
Earth. Yeah. He's protected Earth up to this point, but at the expense of eating the rest of the universe.
Pretty much. Yeah. He's such a great guy. He's our savior. And we love Doom. He's awesome. And I'm like, no. Because it almost feels like what I get from it is that Doom has somehow hypnotized everybody and altered history so that it's like they're drinking the Kool-Aid.
Right.
And they're like, we couldn't have done anything without Doom. He came in and saved the world. We were so wrong about him. even Reed, he's like, oh yeah, well, you know, if he did it where I couldn't, like, I'm a failure. And it's almost like Doom altered it. I wonder if he has something to do and skewed them. Are they really in an alternate universe?
No, that's right. It could totally be that. I love the fact that, first of all, the art I thought was incredible, especially for what the book was.
Yeah.
It was very clean, sort of vibrant style. I think the artist's name is Valerio Schiti.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was just perfect for the book that they were doing. Also, I mean, unlike, I know Corey's a big fan of Fantastic Four. Before this book, was not. I wasn't really into Fantastic Four that much.
Yeah.
But because I think this story sort of does this. It lends some emotional gravity to Fantastic Four that really wasn't there before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, that's what I enjoyed about it. I mean, I actually felt the stuff when Thing would get mad, you know, when he got angry. I felt that, you know. You know, it's a great mystery that he's writing, too. The fact that we don't know what happened to Johnny.
Nope.
In this universe.
We don't know why he's losing his powers.
Their powers, too. Yeah, I know that it ends with, you know, what we all know about the announcement that came out, but it's up to this point, it's a really, really great mystery story, you know. And I never thought I'd be reading a Fantastic Four comic, like, multiple issues in a row. That just wasn't me. But Chip, this writer, just killed it on it, man. I think he's doing a great job.
Well, I think Corey would have had more time to watch if he hadn't been watching Horse Girls anime.
I'm not going to lie. I'm totally watching it just to see what the fuck he's talking about.
I can't do it.
I just color me curious. I gotta check it out at least. But
do you think they'll be able to wrap up this special 2-in-1 by the time they do the reboot?
It's gotta be. I just read number 5, and believe it or not, 5 is even better.
Oh wow!
It's great. I know there's at least another issue after this, but it seems crazy that they would announce it this early on.
Yeah.
I mean, spoilers, everybody, but Fantastic Four is coming back.
Big spoilers.
Yeah, but it's crazy that they would make that huge announcement with, you know, the middle of the series still happening, and you don't know, unless Reed and Sue aren't the ones that come back, but I think they are. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah.
That's why I think maybe this is all in Doom's mind, or it's something that he created since he had the device, that he somehow manipulated it so that it's skewed, because it's you think about it, that's how it would be in Doom's mind, that
he's the savior.
That he's the savior, and
intellectual
Reed,
savior with ultimate power.
Yeah, even though Reed beat him and everything else in life, this is his final win overall.
Yep. Yeah. Now, you have a score for it?
I'll give it a 9.1.
Nice. I'm not 4. I was getting 8.6.
I was thinking of that, but I'll give it a 9.1. Just, I think the artwork sort of tipped that higher.
It's perfect. It's so good, man. It's almost like watching a cartoon.
Yeah.
Like, that's how clean it is. Almost like animation.
Well.
Yeah. Sweet.
All right. Well, that wraps up this comic book club for this time. The next one is going to be in episode 102.
I didn't know.
And let me pull it up real quick because I closed my notes.
You know whose pick it is? I have no idea.
It's not mine.
I wish I could pick more. I'm greedy about my picks.
It is this Saga of the Swamp Thing number 20 from 1984. So
what? That must be Nate.
That's got to be Nate because that's the next
absolutely.
one. So
Corey. Yeah.
next week we are doing our 100th episode spectacular. It's going to be super long. We got some surprises. It's got a lot of guests lined up. So Comic Book Club return CG 102. So stay tuned, people.
We'll see y'all then.
Yeah.
Have a good week.
Peace.
Excelsior.